I thought ironic meant made entirely of iron.
Good night, Arthur.
Sleep tight.
Isn't it ironic that the evolutionist who doesn't believe there's any intelligent design to their makeup think that they are so much more intelligent than those of us who do think there is an intelligence involved in our design? Isn't it ironic that if the human brain is the result of an unintelligent, unpurposed, random, and natural selection process, how can we trust the human brain then to lead us to truth about our origins or in any other matter of intelligent pondering? Isn't it ironic that the evolutionist and the creationist are both looking at the exact same evidence? The difference is in the interpretation of the evidence. The evolutionist looks at the evidence and spends his days trying to devise schemes in which the obvious elements of design before his eyes could have gotten here without a designer. So consequently, much of the evolutionary literature is expended on devising explanations why there is no intelligence behind the enormous complexity of life that he observes. Isn't it ironic that evolutionists believe that we, Homo sapiens, branched off with chimpanzees from a common ancestor? They proclaim that modern man has been here about 150,000 years. Interestingly, in all of our years of searching, the oldest artifacts that can with 100% certainty be linked to man, such as buildings, cities, structures, verifiably and indisputable man-made tools, books, boats, art, man-made mechanisms, etc., the oldest artifacts are estimated to be between no more than 6,000 to 10,000 years old, at the very oldest. By the way, this is exactly how long man has been here according to the Bible, about 6,000 to 10,000 years, which, by the way, just happens to contain the world's oldest known religious book, the Book of Job. It is over 3,500 years old. How ironic. Isn't it ironic that Homo sapien in Latin means wise man, or knowing man, or intelligent man? So evolutionists believe that they are the wise man and that they are so very intelligent, so very knowing, but they also believe that they did not come from an intelligent, knowing source. And further, they say that those who believe we did come from an intelligent and knowing source are unintelligent and unknowing. Isn't it ironic that the human being is so far atop the evolutionary scale, it is as though we are an alien being dropped in this world from another universe? The evolutionist rarely addresses this obvious conundrum of irony. Only the human, for example, builds fires, cooks his food, manufactures his clothing from crops and materials which he has grown or invented. Only the human constructs cities, invents intricate technology, communicates with a spoken, written, complex language system. Only the human travels through artificial means which he constructed from materials which he machined from other materials which he mined or invented in a laboratory. Only the human sits around and ponders where he came from, why he is here, and where he is going. Only the human writes books, produces art, invents music, constructs and plays musical instruments, travels through the air with invented technology, travels into space with invented technology, collects himself together into schools and libraries to pass on knowledge from one generation to another. Only the human invents computer technology, communications technologies, etc. The entire list is too exhaustive to reproduce here, but nothing out of 20 million species of life even comes within a universe of being close to the magnificence of the human being. So what is the irony? The evolutionist relegates humanity to simply a branch of natural selection, off of the chimpanzees and apes through a common ancestor. All of this extraordinary intelligence and uniqueness, they say, happened through random processes coupled with the processes of natural selection. But of course, all of this extraordinary intelligence and uniqueness came only to humans. One species in 20 million species. 1 in 20 million. And if you don't believe this, they say, well, you are unintelligent. Oh, the irony of it all.
I thought ironic meant made entirely of iron.
Good night, Arthur.
Sleep tight.